Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So that's got things underway. Well, now here is a young man who really does seem to have the whole world at his feet. Lamine Yamal, a player of barely matched potential and indeed of barely matched expectation.
And the inevitable comparisons that go along with that, Peter.
And are those comparisons justified?
Well, from what I've seen of him so far, very much so. There's pace and great technique, but the most outstanding quality about him is his maturity, especially when it comes to making the right decisions. That's what sets him apart, for me anyway.
Guardiola. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. It's Kimmich, and it's Guardiola. This might... Yamal! He's scored! That is how you do it! A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Spain finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Guardiola. Robson wins the duel this time. This looks promising. Chance here to counter. That's destined for the flank. Robson with... and a header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Back towards the middle. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Guardiola gets his final warning. Shevchenko. Guardiola. And Diaz. Now it's Shevchenko. Nicely spread. Yamal finding himself in space. And that is expertly dealt with. And now the breakaway. Now it's Darwin. Robson. Done delicately. Picked out brilliantly. Hazard. Decent chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Well, they want another corner, and it looks as though they're going to get it. Corner number 2 then. It's a pretty loose pass. Quality ball. Melbourne City have the chance to go the other way. Robson. Yamal has found the net here, of course. It's a good run down the right. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. And this could be a Spanish counter-attack. Looking for options for movement. Nicely weighted ball. Alexander-Arnold did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Ronaldinho. Oh, he's done very well to take that back.
That's a good ball.
And Shevchenko!
No, just not quite.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
He's in a great position here. That's a smartly directed ball. Cruyff, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Spain are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Oh no, what has happened here?
Chance, surely!
That is decidedly lacking.
Good piece of opportunism there, but wasn't able to turn it home in the end.
Zakaria gathers from the goal kick. Darwin gets on the end of things as a matter of habit.
Melbourne City can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Well, it's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Vardiol looking to pass their way up the pitch. Diaz. Diaz gets flagged offside. Guardiola. And here's Shevchenko. Spread to the right. He's got away. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Spain are looking to break at pace. And the keeper's got it again. Marquinhos. Guardiola. Ronaldinho can see things others simply cannot. Araujo.
2 minutos de descuento.
Saliba. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Now Robson. Great vision. Good ball, good take.
Bellingham! He's got a goal! Spain are all square.
Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And that is all they have time for. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So it's one each. How are you seeing it, Jim?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Melbourne City are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. Back on the way then. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's Azar. Bellingham. Cruyff tries a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Oh, great leap!
He will be livid with himself. He's shifting through the gears here. Guardiola deals with that comfortably. Kimmich. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Saliba. Maldini has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Kimmich. Diaz. And this is Ronaldinho. And here's...
He's had a shot!
Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Ronaldinho. Stood up well to him there. Bellingham. Now that's well seen too. Yamal, the puppet master, looking to pull the strings. Kimmich. Cruyff.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Hangs one.
Gets his head on it! Goal, Spain! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 23.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Spain with the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Melbourne City perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Some good work on the right flank here. Yamal, he's picked his way through. Yamal. Yamal's cross. Tries to get it clear.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Seedorf.
Oh, shooting chance! And there's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist.
Great chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Spain palpably stronger, better, superior.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, now he can run away with it. Haaland is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Kimmich. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Tries to pass it through. He's found a way past. Nice control. And it's Kimmich. Guardiola really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! This day becomes absolutely perfect, utterly ideal.
You don't keep those outs. He just knew.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Impressive jump! Oh, almost a sixth!
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
That's Nedved. He's beaten the lot.
Nedved!
Pulled out the best in the keeper.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
And they've got a throw. Somewhat off target. Yamal.
And that is that.
Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We're up and running then. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Tchouaméni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling.
It's Ibrahimovic!
And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Good ball, good take. And here's Azar. Melbourne City are looking to go forward now. Bullet.
Bullet really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. And he's in on goal. It's Ibrahimovic! He's keen, determined to have his say.
They're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Hazard goes short. Hazard gets into a good position. And he's straight offside. So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. He's through here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Messi. Still goalless. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Seedorf. Hazard. Oh, now he can run away with it. Ronaldinho plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Chouameni. Yamal. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Marquinhos. Vardiol. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Seedorf. And it's Azar. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? That's a foul, no two ways about it. And no surprise, that's a booking. And it's Seedorf. Yamal. And he's there to make the challenge. And here's Jordi Alba. And he's being shifted off it. Alexander-Arnold. And Vardiol. Diaz. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Kimmich is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Seedorf.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Messi. Otto. It's Hullet. Knocks it into... He's having a shot! It's in! He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. So we have the first goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Buffon. Guardiola. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Yamal. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, super find. He's beaten the last man. Very nicely done. Bullet!
He did so well to create the room to get the shot away.
Guardiola. Kimmich. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Jordi Alba. Rafael Varane. And it's Gullit. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Guardiola. Diaz is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. He's picked his way through.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Melbourne City go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. The second half is up and running.
Melbourne City can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Guardiola. Diaz will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Guardiola. No foul, says the referee. Now it's Gullit. And here's the chance to counter. And it's Otto. And here's Gullit. And he's picked it up out wide. That's a decent clearance. Showing good feet. Messi, a player who needs... Can he finish? Guardiola clears without hesitation.
Substitutions taking place.
Traumeri. And here's Cruyff. And he is... And Cruyff! And he hits the net! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And when the manager called... Dembele! It's hit the crossbar! So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
He's looking wide. Some good work on the right flank here. Pedri. And it's Cruyff. Platini receives it in a good position here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Chouameni is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. It's gone out for a throw-in. Otto. And he was alert to it. Shot could be on. Shevchenko.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now it's Diaz.
That's going in strongly.
And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Now it's Dembele. Oh, facing up. That's rather hopeful. That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
He's got away. Eto'o. There he goes, motoring forward. Threads one in. Now it's Yamal. And it's Eto'o. Oh, he's burst through! And that would have been some goal.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
Corner number 3 coming up. Platini plays it short. Otto. He was under real pressure there. And he welcomes it in. Oh, that's he's had a shot! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
You could tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as they're a couple of goals up. Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Oh, it's Dembele. He's found a way through. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. And they're quick to get it back. He'll try from distance against the crossbar.
Platini just dropped the shoulder to engineer the feint. Now he'll have to shoulder the blame.
Spread out to the left. Now it's Diaz. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Platini just eases him off the ball. And it's Michel Platini.
1 minute added time.
Tries to play it through. Diaz. Nesta does well not. And that is as far as it goes. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock
everybody, and
horns.
welcome to
This
today's
is
match.
football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle. Well, Giuseppe Bergomi really is a culture player, is he not, Jim? With a little bit of menace in the mix too.
Yeah, we all know him as a right-back, Peter, of course, but he has the flexibility, versatility, the confidence and the composure to play centrally too. He's even been known to play as a sweeper at times. No one did zonal marking better than this guy.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Referee has just said play on. Now that's well seen too. Yamal. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, well measured. Plenty to aim at. Chance for a shot! And needless to say, that deserved better.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Vardiol. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And Yamal. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Drogba going after that. And he's intervened well there. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And it's Guardiola. This is a promising build-up.
Lamine Yamal really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Pelé. And he's had it nicked away. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Saliba gives no quarter whatsoever. And here's Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Tries a shot! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Number 10.
Inter Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Vardiol. Melbourne City are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. It's a pretty loose pass. It's a searching pass. Saliba cuts out the pass. Spread it left. Di Marco puts them all in.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Kimmich is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Passing nice and neat.
Melbourne City are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Ronaldinho. Now it's Shevchenko. Yamal. 30 minutes gone. No, that's been intercepted. Makaleli. Can he get it through? He's through here. Can he finish? Ambitious, but just off target.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Now it's Drogba. Wriggles his way through. Now it's Pele. He is just caressing the ball. Kimmich. Out again for a throw-in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Out for a throw. Knocks it out wide. He is through here. Marquinhos deals with that comfortably. Bergomi picks it up from the goal kick. Kimmich. Guardiola. Ronaldinho plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. That's beautifully weighted. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Right card! Now who's going to... And another try! No, not the best of headers. Pacho. And Guardiola.
2 added minutes
Diaz
has been indicated.
Nesta is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Now it's Drogba. Now this could be a chance. Mbappe! Oh, it's a fair try, but... And that brings the first half to a close. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Melbourne City come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. The second half is up and running.
Melbourne City can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Makaleli. Yamal, done delicately. And that has put paid to that. Rijkaard. Guardiola. It's a good spell of possession, this. Yamal gets flagged offside. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Ronaldinho. Looking for a runner. Buffon claims comfortable.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space.
It's Drogba! He's got away with one there.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Shevchenko needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Diaz is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now it's Drogba. Now that looks a decent ball. Pele. Guardiola defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he's quick to return it. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Melbourne City really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again. Drogba! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Drogba is offering a wry smile there.
Substitution in progress.
Inter Milan have their second corner now. And he's taking no chances there. Brilliantly cut out. Melbourne City are looking to go forward now. Gattuso demonstrating his defensive quality there. Well, played right into his path. Takes the shot! And it's in! And this is getting better and better. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Ronaldinho really has looked sharp, hasn't he? I get the feeling he fancies himself against this defence now.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So that's two now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness.
He's gone for goal! Kimmich.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
He's in plenty of space here. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Ronaldinho, looking for options for movement. Hullet, skims one in. That's a throw. Probing pass.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And straight back out. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Melbourne City seem happy to bash their heads against the brick wall.
And Del Piero! Oh, how's that for a goal? That is a gem! An absolute gem! It's all becoming so easy. What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
Del Piero! It's off target and by quite a way.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Succumbs to the pressure. And here's Del Piero. Hullet.
Shapes to shoot!
Outstanding save to keep that out.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, strongly challenged there. Aimed beyond the defence.
He's having a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! They are playing them off the park!
And wow, he has given that a right old hit.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
This is a gloriously greedy
There will be
performance.
5 minutes added time.
Pull it.
Good chance here!
Brought out the best in the keeper.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Terrific effort!
Oh, terrific save.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
And it's been taken short. And here's Del Piero. Takes a shot. Loose ball now, and it's come back out to him. 5 minutes to add. Diaz. And it's Marquinhos. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Engages and forces him off the ball. And Diaz. Looking for the run.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Decent chance, that is a fine delivery. And we're done. Melbourne City cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents.